God. The Street Interviews. From a Christian Perspective. Season 1, Episode 3.
Hi, again welcome at your service in Caris. Today we had some interesting interviews, and the second one was quite interesting as from the Christian perspective. This person knows a lot about Christianity, and the others, as always, come from many different viewpoints, and one just didn't become an interview at all. It was more so just a conversation about Christianity and God.
Okay. Hi. May I ask firstly, do you believe in God?
I don't believe in God, but I believe there's a creator out there.
Okay. So you wouldn't call yourself a Christian?
I have my own beliefs, but I do not go to church and all that, and I don't believe
Okay. What would you say a Christian is?
someone that believes in God, goes to church and stuff.
Okay, great. And have you ever gone to church or read the Bible or anything like that?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Is there anything that would make you think of doing that at any stage?
Probably maybe if I hit a stage in my life where I'd probably... I don't know, that's a hard question. I don't know. Yeah, I guess so. If I was probably, given it, I probably would.
So, either searching or somebody that
I'm
you
quite
feel
a spiritual person, but yeah, like that's what I mean. I have my own beliefs, and I do believe that, everything happens for a reason, and that we're already guided, we already have a life path. But I obviously haven't gone deeper inside that of where all this is. Do you know what I mean?
Yes. Now, the rest of my questions were really primarily for people that call themselves Christians. So I'll say thank you very much.
Thank you.
You have a really wonderful day.
You too.
Okay, so I still don't know the best way to change the conversation as to how to then bring them to being interested more in what God can do for them, etc. So let's have a look at the next one. This guy, you can just tell he's a Christian and he knows what Christianity is about.
Hey, may I firstly ask, do you believe in God?
Yes, I do.
Okay, great. And are you a Christian?
Yes, I am a Christian.
Okay. What is a Christian?
I believe a Christian is someone who believes Christ Jesus paid on the cross. So I guess it qualifies also to be called children and sons of God.
Okay, called children or sons of God. Okay. I'll get you to speak up just a little bit.
Okay.
When people walk past, I could hear them over you. How often would you go to church or a Bible study or something like that?
I go to church every Sunday and I do Bible studies every Wednesdays.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
And what kind of church do you go to?
I go to a Presbyterian church. It's called Salt Church, just in Robina.
Great. Try and see if you can fill in the blanks here. As Christians, we are saved by blank through blank.
We're saved by grace through faith.
Absolutely. And this one's a little bit more difficult because it's not actually a scripture. We are saved to blank as a blank of God.
We are saved by...
Not by, to. We're saved to do what?
We're saved to preach the gospel. We're saved to take the gospel to the ends of the earth.
Great.
And another part?
As either many translations translate the word doulos as servant. We are saved to serve as a servant of God. However, if you look at the word doulos, the Greek word, it actually primarily means slave. So when Paul wrote the books to Corinthians and whoever else, he would open by saying, Paul, a doulos of Christ. Now, what he's saying is, and they translate it as Paul, a servant of Christ. No, he's saying Paul, a slave of Christ.
Yeah.
So much deeper than that.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'll get back to my questions. Okay, if you could change anything in the modern church, what would it be?
The act of true worship. Act of true worship.
Right. And is there anything that you would like answered about God or about the church or about Christianity or anything like that?
No, not at the moment, because I feel like the Bible already answers a lot of the questions that I have. I used to have a lot of questions in the past, but not anymore. So
You've been answering far more like what a Christian should answer than pretty much anyone that I've asked before. So I know what you're saying. You're right on track. And are you interested in revival? Okay. One quick addition here. He came up and asked about my shirt, about revival in the first case, so I know his answer. I know your answer is yes. And how much time would you spend personally in evangelism and discipleship, etc.?
Yeah, that's a tricky one. I can't really pinpoint like a particular time, but whenever the opportunity arises, I make use of it. So yeah, as I go, it's not something I really dedicate my time to, but maybe it's something I need to dedicate my time to.
And secretly, I've mentioned this, or you've mentioned this. However, do you know what charis is? And that's spelled C-H-A-R-I-S. Okay, that's the word that's translated into grace. We're saved by grace through faith. Okay, and
is that Greek word or?
That's the Greek word. It's a New Testament word. The New Testament was written in Greek. And I'll just fill you in on that one. The three-word answer, because it's actually a fairly big sentence to explain it. Actually, I'll give you the original sentence. It's having God on your heart so much that it is evident. Right, so I tend to say evidential divine inspiration.
That's the word charis.
That's what charis means. So we are saved by charis through faith. We are saved by God being on our heart so much that other people can see it without you having to say, hey, look, I'm a Christian. Or
Evidence of Christ living in you.
It's sharing the love, the joy, the peace and all that, and people go, well, hang on, what's different about you? And that's charis, that's having God in your heart. Anyway.
I've learned a word to that.
Okay. Now, the last question or two I won't worry about. What I will ask is, could I possibly get an email contact or something from you to keep in contact with you in the future? It won't be often. Maybe once a month, maybe once every couple of months, if that.
If you got an Instagram page, I can like to follow.
Facebook.
Facebook, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm having a problem there with the wind, for one, and one of his answers about what he would change in the church was something to do with worship. I heard the word at the time, and it was something like attitude to worship, but I can go through that tape now and I realise that that's not the correct word, and I can't pick up what the correct word was, but it was actually quite a good answer. So I'm going to have to deal with the microphone, though we'll go on and see what the next one was.
Facebook group, and I do have a website.
Yeah.
It goes on the Facebook group. Well, I suppose my own channel, because I also do have a YouTube presence.
Yeah.
And it's basically a new Christian outlook in a sense. It's biblical, no changes there, but it's going back to Acts.
Okay.
You see, in Acts, church was a matter of people coming together, having a meal, and talking about God. It wasn't somebody standing up there and preaching this stuff.
Yeah.
Because it said, even in early Acts, there was a problem that the apostles had a problem. They couldn't teach, they couldn't pray because they were so busy serving people meals.
Yeah.
That's like Acts 4 or something.
Okay.
So that's what church used to be like. And I have a home group in a sense that is like that.
Okay.
On a Sunday afternoon at 12:30, we come together and, well, it's usually every second week, but there's been a couple of hassles the last couple of weeks. We're getting a kitchen renovation, so nothing happening.
Yeah. Well, it's funny you say that because that's what's held me off from going back to a church or finding the right church. Because I know a lot of churches nowadays, they're not so biblical. Some of them really focus on political issues or something that's just totally not associated with God and the teachings of God.
Yes.
And yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I grew up in a Christian family. And then my family separated when I was a young age, and it kind of took me to all these other places, and down other paths of belief. So whether it was Buddhism, Hinduism, I did my teacher training. My eyes kind of opened through that, and then
Did you come back to Christianity?
I came back to the Bible. I mean, I'm reading the Christian Bible, and I had I would say a lot of people would consider their testament. I had a really profound experience with Jesus.
Yeah.
I asked for his presence because I was so down, and I was so almost depressed and sad, and felt like nothing was working, and all these things that I've tried didn't work. And I asked, I was like, if you're Jesus, if you're real, give me, I need a sign. I need a sign right now. And it was like,
This conversation went on for about 5 or 10 minutes. It was actually very interesting, and the reason that it's finished here is it hasn't been cut or edited by me. The data card in my phone recording this filled up, and there was no more space to put any more recording, and I didn't realize that it had stopped recording, so I was actually a bit upset that I didn't get the rest of that particular chat. It was, as I said, quite interesting. However, once I realised the problem, and I'd actually tried to interview another couple of people after that, and then I realised the problem that the data was filled up. So I changed the data location from my SD card to the phone itself, and then continued to record these next few interviews.
All right. Well, firstly, can I ask, do you believe in a God?
Yeah.
Great.
Jesus.
And you're a Christian. Great.
Yes.
Could you tell me what is a Christian?
What is a Christian? Someone who believes in the Son of God, Jesus Christ. That He
Okay.
died for your sins and rose again,
And
and decides to live a life for God. Not just believes in it, but actually,
Great.
lives a life for God.
do you go to church or Bible studies? Or
every
how
Sunday.
often? Every Sunday?
Sunday,
What
yeah.
kind of church would you go to?
Mum and Dad are pastors of a church, a Christian church.
Okay. And could you fill in the blanks? We are saved by blank through blank.
We are saved by the sacrifice of Jesus Christ.
Okay. And we are saved to blank as a blank of God.
Say that again.
Well, what do we do as Christians, and
Yeah.
what's our role? We're what of God? And
Disciples of Jesus.
okay.
Disciples. So
And what do we do?
well, we're supposed to love other people, forgive other people, turn away from sin, and honor God, make God the number one.
Okay. If you could change anything in the modern church, what would that be?
If I could change anything in the modern church, I don't know. I feel like maybe there's less of a focus on making disciples of Jesus, and maybe it's become a little bit trendier to just go to church. But I feel like, if we made Jesus, if we did what Jesus said, to go out to all nations and make disciples of men, I feel
Okay.
like,
If you would, is there anything that you would like answered about God, about Christianity or church or anything like that? Any questions you might have?
nah.
And well, you've sort of answered that one, so I'll skip that one. That's on evangelism and revival, etc. And you mentioned about discipleship just then. Ed, do you know what charis is, or charis is the correct pronunciation?
Charis.
Hmm.
No, do you know what charis is? What is charis?
Okay, it's the word used that's translated as grace. Now, it actually means an evidential divine inspiration in your life. I was just wondering if you knew, because most people don't, and it's something
I know
that's...
what grace is, but yeah, charis is
Well, is that how you would have thought grace was? How would you have described grace?
How would I describe grace?
Yeah.
How would I describe grace? I'm on the spot, so it's a little bit harder, but probably undeserving love, maybe.
It's one good way of looking at it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the literal translation is having the presence of God on your heart to such a degree that it is evident in your life.
Yeah.
So it's, as I said, the evidential divine inspiration. And that'll actually do. May I ask, can I contact you in future via email or something like that?
Yeah.
So he's on the right track. I think he could probably look into Christianity a little bit deeper, because he had good answers, but not necessarily knowledgeable answers. So he doesn't really know Christianity deeply. I should have also asked him on evangelism and revival and things like that to see if he's got a heart for the lost. However, I missed that opportunity, and let's go on to have a look at the next one.
Okay, so I've been out here a couple of hours, and the results have been a bit mixed because I've had some phone recording issues, and at the moment it's starting to look a little bit ominous weather-wise. You can see the clouds in the background, and I'm hearing thunder. There's none right at this moment, but there's an ever so slight roll in the background. So I may have to finish for today. I pray that I don't, and I can continue on. Hi. Firstly, can I ask, do you believe in God?
Yeah, I do.
Great. And are you a Christian?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. And could you tell me what a Christian is?
Well, I think a Christian is a person who has beliefs about Jesus and what he's done for the people.
Okay. And how often would you either go to a church service or Bible study?
I do. So I'm at Marist, Ashgrove in Brisbane, and every time we have an assembly, we do a prayer and read the Bible, and yeah.
So what kind of church is that? Like Catholic, Baptist,
Catholic,
or
yeah.
Catholic? Okay. And could you fill in the blanks? We are saved by blank through blank.
I know because I've heard some of my teachers say before, I just can't think of it right.
Yes, it is a Bible verse that I'm sort of half quoting. Okay. Well, would you know we are saved to do what as what? What should a
I
Christian
want to
do?
say protect, but I don't think that's it. It's like pick off. No.
That's okay. I'll go on. If you could change anything in the modern church, what would it be?
Maybe probably do instead of Sundays, maybe Saturday arvos.
Okay. And is there anything that you would like answered about God or the church or Christianity?
Oh yeah, so how did he get the message to Noah to build the ark?
How did God tell Noah to build the ark? I don't actually recall that. I believe it was he spoke directly to Noah. I believe. I don't know. I don't recall that myself. And the reason I don't recall it is I've only just turned to Christianity in the last 9-10 months.
Yeah.
So I had read the Bible in my childhood, but it's so many years that I don't recall what it says.
Yeah.
And I've just been rereading it and everything since. And do you know what revival is and evangelism is?
Oh, so like it's kind of thing where Jesus died on the cross and got revived and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
And are you doing anything for God yourself?
I know, but I do every once in a while when we have like a big liturgy, I will do that kind of thing, yeah.
Every now and again when
We have a liturgy.
a liturgy. Oh, okay, that's a Catholic thing. I don't really know much about Catholic things myself. Okay, great. Well, I'm going to say thank you very much for your time. You have a
Are you
wonderful
going
day.
to put this online?
Oh, yes.
Oh, could you just blow my face?
Blow your face? Yeah, I can do that.
Alright, thank you. Have a good one.
The rain came down, so I'm on my way back early. So my biggest problems are the wind on the microphone and to deal with the ums and ahs, and I'd certainly like to improve the questions. They're not bad, but they don't actually at this stage get people to direct their thinking towards God so much, whether it be giving people that think they're Christians a better understanding again, or people that are not Christians to direct them to God in the first case. Okay, so that's it for this week. I'll endeavour to get out again next week.